Hello, family. I have found some video of Joseph Henry Moss, Gramps' father, and thought that you might enjoy this along with some facts. He was born February 27th, 1879 at Grass Valley, Piute County, Utah, the son of Thomas Moss and Fanny Elizabeth Goodman Moss. He was the youngest of 8 children, 5 girls and 3 boys. Joseph was known to all as a great tease, committing all kinds of childhood pranks. His brother said that he could get away with anything. All he would have to do is say something cute and funny, and his mom and dad would finally start to smile and laugh and forget about thrashing him. He went through school that way, getting away with his jokes and doing very little homework. When Joseph was 20, he was ordained to 70 in April 1899 and was set apart as a missionary to serve in the southern states. He left his sweetheart, Letty Stillman, a young school teacher. He was released 9 months later with an honorable release because of sickness. In July 1900, he married Letitia Barr Stillman in the Logan Temple. They built a home on her property at the mouth of Mill Creek Canyon. They had 2 stillborn sons, December 1901 and August 1903, and Letitia died September 13, 1903, just 2 weeks after their second baby. How sad that must have been. After Letty's death, Joseph sold some of the property and bought a horse from a man named Hans Christensen, a young blacksmith who was engaged to a girl by the name of Dorcas Debenham at the time. Joseph was heard to say, "Now I have his horse, next I'm going after his girl." Being a good salesman that he was, he did just that. On June 28, 1905, he married Dorcas Rowena Debenham, and they moved to a home on 45th South and 11th East. And while living there, Hiram Grant was born. Joseph went in the chicken business and did very well, buying up chickens and then selling them at wholesale prices. I found this interesting. While serving as assistant superintendent of the Sunday school from 1920 to 1924, he was very strict. He used to make people march to class in army style as they went off to their Sunday school classes. They lost their new home during the summer of 1932 and rented a home on 3rd Avenue for 5 years. Their friends always referred to Joseph as Happy Joe Moss, but the Depression years really took a toll on Joseph's disposition. He had lost his job and was without work for several years. However, in 1933, he was hired back to the Glade Candy Company until he retired in 1944 at the age of 65. This was a very hard time for him. He did not want to retire. He just gave up on life after that. In 1937, they built a home at 1527 East, 3350 South, in which they lived until the time of their deaths in 1951. For the last 7 years of his life, he just sat home and became inactive, except for just reading several books from the library each week. His sons took turn getting him up and dressed him each day, and the daughter-in-laws prepared his meals. He was a heavy man, being about 5 feet 4 inches and 250 pounds. However, the sons remember many happy times as children. Summer times would be picnics in the canyon, and winter evenings the family would play rook games and eat walnuts around the kitchen table. He passed away on a Friday, March 1951. Susan was the only great-grandchild at the time of his death. Joseph Henry Moss died of a heart attack around 9 p.m., and the next morning his wife Dorcas followed him in death about 10:20 a.m. Joint funeral services were held at the Wilford Ward Chapel. After Dorcas heard of Joseph's passing, she said, "Tell Joe Smith it won't be long." Joe Smith was the mortician. She passed away just 13 hours later. She suffered horribly from asthma, and the family felt like she was just hanging on for her husband. mother bears her name today. Grandma Dorcas once wrote on the back of a hat box, "This trip marks the beginning of the end. No, I trust not, but the beginning of a cherished ambition of my early childhood, girlhood, and yes, womanhood, to travel, not too extensively, just enough to realize that I'm really a living, breathing human being capable of enjoying some of life's hidden luxuries. I feel that I have been a good mother, devoting my time, talents, and whatnot to the family. It has been a pleasure. I do not wish for 1 minute of the past to be changed. Many lonely, anxious hours have been spent apart while Father was away, but no word of complaint have I to offer. I would do the same again." Now we know a little bit about their lives, and it was hard. They were real. They suffered discouragement, despair, and lacked many of the luxuries that we take for granted. May we keep them in our hearts and reflect upon them from time to time.